practice. If you enter already having a lot of experience playing the violin or cello or whatever instrument you're playing, maybe you didn't practice that much in middle school or in intermediate at high school, as much as we say it's like an easing in, there is a jump in level of music and in the expectation. And so I think it's important to work hard, but work hard while knowing that the people around you are there to support you and to help you succeed.
Don't come in here saying like, oh, I'm gonna be able to do everything that we learned first year. This music is a high jump, as I already said before, and it's gonna take some time to learn. And you need to take that under expectation. You're gonna have seniors helping you, you got Mr. Hooper helping you, and you might not be able to take like the first music, you might not be able to do everything in there. But the idea is that you want to grow as a musician, you want to learn these notes, learn these dynamics over the course of your next 4 years. That way when you are a senior, you're able to play those music. You're able to teach other kids how to play that music. And so the idea is basically that in like middle school you had 2 years every year and you can play most of the music on your first try. High school, you're gonna have to spend some time working on it. And you're not gonna be expected like first year be like, oh, I can play all this perfectly first try. It's gonna take years to learn, and that's okay. It took me years to learn. Just take it at your own pace, try to just learn it as you go and improve every day. That's all I'm gonna say. Make sure you just improve every single day, and by the time you're a junior or senior, you'll be able to play this music a lot more confidently than when you were a freshman, for example.
It's okay to be a little intimidated because I think all of us were a little intimidated, but just know that the people around you, the upperclassmen, the other underclassmen around you are all there to help you out, and that you can always come to your section leaders, especially the section leaders this year, because I know a lot of them and I know how kind they are, and I know what sort of process it took for them to become section leaders. So I know there's always going to be support systems that you can reach out towards.
Just reach out. I feel like that is scary as like a freshman or an underclassman, but reaching out will really help you feel, not the love from the orchestra, but like to get more acquainted with everybody and you'll feel more involved. I feel like it's harder for those that are more like introverted, but it really pays off and it's really rewarding for your whole like orchestra like experience and like your whole high school career is to like reach out, get to know, make sure you know everyone, like the important people's like student leadership or the section leaders in your orchestra, and like just make sure that you're really paying attention and get to know like your section, like your stand partner, and like make sure to communicate with your section leader and all of that. And I feel like you'll really feel like you're a part of the orchestra program, and that's something that's really important. So
I eventually did have a stand partner. And I actually saw her the other day, just like outside on a run or a walk. And I was like, Janice, it's me. Like, and then she texted me later, and it was just, it's nice to know that like we're still friends. 'Cause like your stand partner is someone who's in it right there with you in orchestra. And yeah, if it's not your stand partner, then like somebody who sits near you or just other people in your section, try to get to know them. Don't be afraid to ask questions. That's a huge thing. Like whenever you are in a leadership position, it's like you want to hear from what people actually need. And like, do they understand the fingerings or the bowings here? Like, what do they need help with? Like they genuinely want to help you. And so don't be afraid to reach out and ask them.
There are going to be times where you do not know the call time to a concert, or you're not going to know the date of a concert, or you're not even going to know the concert is tomorrow. And in those times, I would highly encourage you to reference the orchestra handbook.
The handbook has all of the dates from like for the whole year.
Everything's going to be on there, and Mr. Hooper make sure to schedule everything ahead of time, like for the entire year. So everything from the ice cream social to graduation is going to be in that handbook. So make sure you put all of that in your calendar.
Make sure, like, don't ask last minute questions.
Okay, so as a freshman, something I always felt I notoriously always did was always asking questions the very last second. Something I always had a bad time doing with my blouses. I always forget, oh, which black blouse is the one that goes to orchestra? And I always ask like the last 10 minutes before I have to go, hey guys, can someone show me their jacket? Because I forgot which one is which. Do that ahead of time. Don't wait till last second.
Make sure that you're making sure you have all your uniform pieces like Monday before a concert or something like that. Like, just make sure that you're always on top of it, because last minute questions are like the worst thing to happen on a concert day or like any event day. Don't come to Hooper with these questions, because it is not the day. Just make sure that you're asking people around you. Really go to everyone else before you go to Hooper if you need to go to Hooper. Like, just make sure there's like a waterfall of like communication in the orchestra. So like you ask like your section, like your stand partner, they don't answer, like you ask your section leader, they can't answer it, ask someone else in the orchestra, they can't answer, ask like someone in student leadership. And then like if they really don't know, that's when you go to Hooper. Like the day of a concert, Hooper is already on one track to make sure that we get from point A to point B, and he's already been pushing out information before the concert day. So it's like he's trying to make sure that like our concert like functions, like we get from point A to point B. And if you ask him a question that will derail him, and like that's not good for him at all. And like also it's very stressful being in his position trying to run like a whole concert event. So like it's just better for you to go and ask other people and don't bombard his email. He already gets enough emails as it is. So like just that should be like your last resort.
The reason we pair upperclassmen with underclassmen as stand partners, the reason we have section leaders, the reason we have student leadership is so that there's a system for where you can direct your questions before it gets all the way to Mr. Hooper. So there is support out there for you for when you have your questions that don't entail asking a question that Mr. Hooper might think is dumb and then getting yelled at.
And just Schoology people post information there like really frequently, so I feel like that's also something good. And Remind is very good for like day of information if you were looking for that. And like they have call times there as well, and like locations, and like so if you had any questions like regarding that, that's there. There's also like
sectionals. Don't wait till the morning of your section to go say, I won't be here.
Oh.
Tell them days beforehand so they'd be like, okay, maybe we can reschedule. Because something that I know freshmen talk around I'm used to is telling people ahead of time, planning for the week. Don't just be like, I don't have to plan for it until, oh shoot, I can't make it. Or oh no, I mixed up my jackets. Plan it like a day or two ahead so your section leader or Mr. Hooper can help you get ready for that. Because try to tell them the last second is gonna make them very, very upset.
So it's really important at the beginning of the year to get onto the Schoology and the Remind or whatever other formats, GroupMe for your for students, so that you can have access to all the information, because those are pretty much the platforms that we use. And student leadership always sends out all the information on there, or even Mr. Hooper too. Because like bombarding Mr. Hooper's email with questions is not very helpful or formal, because he gets lots of messages. Turn to their section leader, because they should be in the know about things. And then if the section leaders don't know, then they can easily be in communication with other student leadership members, because the students are usually very involved with what's going on. So ask your stand partner, ask someone else you know in orchestra before going to Mr. Hooper, or just look on Schoology.
Oh, should I also mention the Schoology message thing? 5-point on Schoology.
Oh yeah, say that. How you can do that.
Don't Schoology message ever.
You have to understand that when it comes to going to higher levels, those things are going to come naturally. If you're going to college, you're going to hit higher level stuff. You're going to hit higher level in your academics. If you go to the workplace, you're going to have to get used to working as a group. And so understand to be a little bit open to trying new things. Because orchestra, it might not just be a music thing for you. If you do orchestra, you might grow in understanding how to work with people, how to lead people. And that can be things that you will need when you get out of high school. And so if you have any intention like going to high school, getting a good job and all that stuff, I know a lot of middle school kids going to freshman year thinking, oh, I want to be very successful in life. Being willing to be open-minded about trying things that you might not understand completely, that you might not be used to working as groups in, is going to be very useful doing orchestra. And when it comes to stuff like doing hard things, that's going to happen. I know in middle school you might be able to like say, oh, I did this first try, super simple. But in real life, that's never really how that works. You're going to take time to learn things. And that might not be like quick. You might not be able to immediately say, okay, I'm used to working hard things now. That might be something you have to get used to over time. And that's okay. It took me a few years to get used to working on hard pieces of music, working down that thumb position every day. But that's something you have to get used to and open mind, be willing to try doing. It might be hard to do at first, but if you get used to it, you do it for a few days, then a few weeks, you'll be more comfortable with doing it more often. And so just be willing to try new things, understand that by doing so, you're giving your future self, when you're going to work, going to college, a better chance of being successful there. Because a person who's willing to try new things and work with people is a lot better than a person who just won't try anything new.
You can definitely trust your section leaders.
I can personally vouch for each of these section leaders.
Obviously, trust your section leaders. Like, they're in their position for a reason. They went through that whole process. They want to help you. That's what they're there for.
So I know you're going to be a bit nervous, but just come in there with an open mind, and I trust you. They're going to be very helpful for you. They're helpful to us. I don't know why they wouldn't be helpful to you.
I've known each of these new section leaders at least for a year, and I've seen each of these section leaders succeed in working hard and also in being able to play their music and being able to bring their sections together. Just being willing to become a section leader is a big testament to their reliability as a section leader, I think, because like freshmen may not know this, but we have leadership meetings every Tuesday and Thursday. So these section leaders have been showing up to leadership meetings because they want to grow in their leadership skills and because they want to be good section leaders. So every Tuesday and Thursday at 7:30 this whole semester.
Gone through a lot of preparation to become a section leader. There was tryouts and there was meetings like twice a week this whole past year that they went to.
Section leaders, they had to go through a process. They had to watch some video, they had to write essays, recommendation letters, and usually other section leaders will be reading that they're pretty good. I know for my fact that our next year section leader, she's good. She got you.
That's why they were chosen, because they have some ability of leadership, and they also have a desire to help others.
Waking up early, willing to show up and listen to Mr. Hooper give a presentation that is sometimes silly but mostly informative, and they're there because they want to be good section leaders and because they want to help you succeed. And so I think you should really give them a chance to show you that.
Also, with just teachers, like for people in JV, like, trust Mr. Hooper and what he says. Trust, like, just whatever your teachers are telling you, they're not telling you this because, like, they want you to fail. They want you to succeed. Everyone in this type of position, like, even if it may seem like they're tired or anything like that, like, they genuinely want to see you succeed, and that's why they're teaching.
So you can trust that they know what they know what they're doing. They've been here for 4 years. They've been in the orchestra for 4 years. They've gone to Carnegie Hall. They understand how they're playing this music. So you can trust that they're going to be very good at playing here. And as for teachers for next year, all the teachers here, they want personal relationship. Many teachers here have clubs that you can join, that you can be for a 4-year relationship. I know I had a teacher in computer science that I was with for 4 years. I grew personal with them. They help me drive me to competitions all the time. And so these teachers are really willing to help you. And even like you get to take a course where you're like, why am I always doing this? Understand that there's usually a bigger reason for it. I know, for example, something that's going to be popular when you get to your junior year is writing a bunch of papers for AP English 3. Everyone said, why are we doing this? But when we got to AP exam, we all said, oh my God, all those writings helped me be a better writer when we took our AP FRQs. All of a sudden, I could write 3 essays in 2 hours without cramping my hands up because I wrote so many writing projects.
Everybody has chosen to be here to help you, and they want to hear from you and what you need help with.